Hi, welcome to We Excel Daily, where we explore creativity and belonging in everyday life. This week's theme is creativity in the age of AI. Today's episode is about artistry, courage, and the power of creating a life by your own rules. I first met Megan Adele Lopez in 2011 when I started working for a company that became Tech Week, a technology conference in Chicago. At the time, I was living in San Francisco and Megan was in Chicago. We didn't become close until 2017 when, on a whim, I asked her to meet me in Croatia.
Hi.
Oh my God, they are. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Does it actually
Record video. You're on.
shut up?
She was living in Paris then, working for the New York Times, performing in an English language play, and celebrating the release of her novel. And I remember thinking, how does this phenomenal woman do it all with such clarity and grace? Megan became one of my most trusted friends, a peer mentor who reminds me that creativity isn't just something we do, it's how we design the life we want to live. This interview was filmed on my birthday this year when Megan came to visit me in Chicago, where I live now. We didn't have time for a long sit down. We were too busy savoring each other's company, but she still shared some gold about creativity and AI.
So without sounding cliche, I mean, creativity is what really makes us human and is the thing that really separates us from the machine in so many ways. I mean, creativity is something that comes from our soul, which is something that AI does not have, is a soul.
Megan now lives in a medieval village in the south of France, where she runs her creative agency and production company, Lady Who. Even the name feels enchanted. Before founding Lady Who, Megan built an extraordinary career at the crossroads of technology, creativity, and media. A Cuban-American storyteller, she began her life on stage, studying theater in Baltimore, Paris, and Los Angeles, before moving behind the camera to work in film and television, casting on projects like Wanted, Juno, and The X-Files. That same curiosity for how stories reach an audience led her to co-found one of the first social media marketing agencies in the US, which was later acquired by a larger firm. She went on to lead digital strategy at the New York Times and Publicis Group before realizing she wanted to devote her skills to projects that come from her creative soul. Today, through Lady Who Productions, Megan creates masterful stories, from her documentary series Through the Eyes of Others.
We could awaken our sleeping dreams together. They're still inside you somewhere. I see them. And my goal is to resuscitate them.
I just want you to be great. I just want you to be great. I just want you to be great. Even if it means you gotta leave me.
This is what I needed, so I knew I had to do what I had to do to make sure this stayed alive.
I just want you to be great.
To global campaigns for the Olympics and the Algorithmic Justice League, which advocates for ethical and equitable AI. Her path is proof that when we follow curiosity and courage in equal measure, we can create a life entirely of our own design.
Creativity helps us work through our issues, our problems, helps us understand other people, helps us to have more compassion and empathy for other humans. Creativity allows us to express ourselves. And I think what I often say is if I'm not creating, I'm destroying. So, we as humans, we need to create so that we aren't actually destroying things and that we are adding to humanity and connecting us with the divine, really.
When we create, we transform energy. We move from restlessness to expression, from fragmentation to belonging. But creating feels different now. So I asked Megan, how should we as creators navigate this new AI landscape?
I mostly say stop focusing on it. Stop focusing on the problem and focus on what you want to do yourself. I think often when these things come around, there's always a lot of new tools and a lot of, there's always going to be new tools out there that people are going to get really excited about for a bit of time, and they're going to tell you that that's all you need to focus on. But I can also tell you that it swings and roundabouts, and there will be a counterbalance. So if it's what you want to do is focus on AI and that helps you feel more of an artist, then do it. But if from your soul you want to, do stop motion, for example, stop motion film, and that's all, what you focus your time on, there's going to be a need and a time and place for that. The more AI comes around, the more there will be a need for this like craftsmanship of real artists. So I would just say, don't worry about it. Do what you want to do.
There will be a counterbalance. Technology will keep evolving, but the soul of creativity remains constant in us as human beings. It's what allows us to shape our own rules, our own rhythms, our own way of being in the world. Machines can replicate images and words, but only humans can turn experience into meaning. If you've been questioning your place in this new creative landscape, remember Megan's example. Build a life that reflects your values, your craft, and your curiosity. What creative rules would you give yourself, and how might they help you shape the life you dream of? If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and like. Every time you engage with this channel, you are supporting WeExcel.org, our nonprofit that mentors kids in creativity. This is WeExcel Daily, where we create and belong. Together, we excel.